Om Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aham Padarthaya Shivaya Paramatmane Namaha. Yamaya Madhukairapa Pramatini Yamagi Shonmolini Yadum Rekshana Chandamundamadini Yarakta Bijashini Yasa Shumba Nishumba Darbhadalini Yasitta Lakshmi Para Sachanti Navakodi Muttasagida Mampadi Vishveshwari. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sakana Bhavatu Sakana Punattu Sakaviryan Karavavagai Tejasvina Vaditamastu Mavit Vishabhagai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tassat. Om Ainkara Hrinkara Ragasya Yukta Shrimkara Gudartha Mahavibhutya Omkara Marma Pradibhadinibhyam Namo Namo Sri Guru Padakapyam Bindu Trikona Vasagona Vashara Yugma Manvashanagatala Samyuga Shodasaram Ruddhatrayam Cha Dharani Sadanatrayam Cha Sri Chakramita Tudidam Paradevadayaha Bhumoskalita Padana Bhumireva Valampanam Vijata Aparadana Tumeva Sharanam Shive. Om Shri Madhre Namaha. Namaskaram. Good evening. So we have done the first 4 verses. We'll have a quick wrap up of the last sessions. First verse is Sivashaktya Yukto Yadibhavati Shakta Prabhuvidum Nache Devam Devo Nakalu Kushala Spanditumapi haristvāmārādhya Harikara Virinchadi Pirapi Pranadum Stodumva Kadam Krata Punya Prabhavati Taniyam Sampamsum Tavacharana Pangiruga Bhavam Virinjis Sanjinvan Virachaiti Lokana Vikalam Vahatyenam Shauriki Kadamapisakashrena Sirasa Aras Samshupyai Nam Bhajadi Basido Dula Idim Avidhyanam Antastimira Migiradvipa Nagari Jadanam Chaitanya Stapakamakaranda Sudijari Daridranam Chintamani Gunanika Janma Jalato Nimagnanam Tamashtra Muraribivarahasya Bhavati Tudanyaka Banipyam Abhayabarado Daiva Kanaha Tumeka Naivasi Prakritita Vara Abhityana Abhinaya Vayatradum Tadum Balamabisa Vanchasamadikam Sharanye Lokanam Tavikisharanavi Vinipunao. The Parampika Jaganmata is worshipped in the Soundaryalahari as a Brahman itself. Brahma Shakti is Parashakti, is Parampika. And they call the Brahma as Shivam, the Parampika is called as Shakti, Parashakti, Parameshwara, Parashakti. If you call them Adi-Narayana, she is Adi-Narayana. Does not matter what the name you give it to her. So in the first 4 verses, Bhagavad Padal has given us the importance why we should worship Mahashakti. In the first verse, I keep repeating so that it goes into your mind. First verse, the Parashakti, the Brahma Shakti, is worshipped by all the gods. especially the Mahadevatas, Brahma, Vishnu, and Rudra. Therefore, such a profound glory that yours, Ambal. What kind of punyam I must have so that I also tend to worship you. I also tend to attend this kind of satsang on a Sunday. That means I have your grace. Therefore, I am blessed. You must have the feeling of blessedness in you. Never ever feel that you have no support by God. Even the worldly support is not there. It does not matter because you are deeply rooted in the divinity. The God's grace is not something it's given to you because you asked for it. The asking for a bestowal of grace is a funny request because Ambal get very surprised because what is he asking? Because my grace is eternally showering on him. Oh, he or she is asking because they are unable to grasp that grace. So we are eternally blessed, but when we start realizing it, that I need to meditate on the Mahashakti, I need to be in the satsang to recite, contemplate on it, means you are recognizing the grace upon you. So that gives us a positive attitude. Then we saw also in detail that to behold that infinite power of Parashakti into our tiny hearts, we are not fit enough as it stands. So we narrow the focus like a surgeon focuses on the path to surgery on. Like that, we're focusing on the intensity of purpose at the divine feet of the Ambal. Because Sharanagati is the complete succor, complete refuge. Like you take shelter or shadow and the heat, escape from the heat at the root of the tree, not inside the tree. But then again we recognize, well, I can't even hold the infinite feet of Ambal. But then I take a cue from Brahma. Virinjis Sanjinvan, Virachedi Lokanavigalam. Brahma just labored and saved the minute particles, Padatuli of Ambal. With the Shraddha, he collected that. That becomes a dravyam for him, resource for him, the jnanam for him to create all the worlds in his job of creator. Na abhikalam, without they colluding to each other. It means you get the jnana shakti and the kriya shakti and also the desire to create, the ichcha shakti. Just the padatuli. Then we also saw how Mahavishnu decided to somehow bear the weight of the padatuli, which is in the form of the multi-universe which Brahma created, and he carries on his head so that he stays blessed. Please don't think when we talk about like this, oh, Vishnu is bigger than Amba, Shiva is bigger. All these Puranic gods are just for your dedication, Here, there is only one God, Brahma. We're talking about the Brahma and Brahma Shakti. What did Rudra do? Rudra said, look, this creation and Rakshanam have to be refurbished, renovated, rejuvenated. So I must destroy them so that a new creation can start. something can be fresh. But it is an opportunity for me because when I destroy this universe, the indestructible Parashakti, who is as a Padatuli, will remain as the Sesham, Adisesham, the residue, the Bhasmam. So I take the Bhasmam and then Uddulanam, I just put it on all my body. Brahma had at least one on his head. Sorry, Vishnu. Brahma just used it. But Rudra is so greedy to embrace Ambal, he put the whole vibhuti on his whole body. So these first two verses has given us the glory of worshipping and attaining the Padatuli of Ambal. Then we ask the question, that is great, but who am I? When I worship, what am I going to get? Then we saw in the third mantra, avidyanam andastimidamikdajipanatri. And that what it said, look, for you, this Padatuli will come to you as a sun that is rising in the island of darkness. What is the island of darkness? My mind, my deluded mind, my avidya. Avidya is not just ajnanam. Ajnanam is not knowing, like a child not knowing. Ignorance, innocence, I would say. That you need a jnanam for that. But avidya requires avidya or avivekam. Vivekam means discriminative intellect. Avivekam means you have knowledge, but it is not discriminated, not synthesized, not analyzed to its truth. So what is avidya? Avidya, if you want to understand, simply any knowledge that you acquire in this world, if that knowledge puts you in desires of the worldly pleasures, hides your true nature, soaks you in the ocean of samsara, deludes you, that is avidya. My PhD in material science, computer science, avidya. Medical degree, avidya. But it helps me to heal people, helps me to learn a life. Yeah, you need avidya also. Ambal is called Vidya, Vidya Rupini. Avidya also Ambal. So you have to understand here, when we talk about avidya, vidya, we're talking about your personal redemption, your liberation. So in that standpoint of view, all the pursuits in the world, the knowledge that you gain becomes an avidya. So for that avidya, vivekam is needed. Vivekam is like a scorching fire or the bright light that drives the darkness. Ambal comes to you as a darkness. Ambal may come directly to you or may come through some gurus or some healing touch from somebody, some knowledge somewhere. You just have to be alert. Like Bhagavan Ramana says, the biggest search, the biggest worship, biggest upasana is to seek. When you seek, you will get. That means you attentively look, what am I going to get? You know, when we get up in the morning, many days we don't really think, what am I going to do today? Because that is already decided by somebody. Your job, your schedule, your laundry, your cooking, all the chores comes and takes you away. They are not liberating tasks. You need to do them. Or maybe some people will be very clever. They think, I'm going to make money today. What money I'm going to make. That's fine. At least you have a clarity. But I'm going to be happy today. I'm going to find out who I really am. We must have that kind of a thought. So that's what is given. But sometimes, even if we have that knowledge, the lethargy comes in, tamasic guna comes in. Yeah, I know all this. When somebody says, yeah, I can understand, I can relate. But let me just sleep for some time. let me just play this game. Let me lie down. So for them, you need to have an inspiration, a motivation. Jadanam chaitanya stapaka makaranda jalam. So it comes to you as a honey. Of course, we saw daritranam chintamani gunaka. If you are poor, impoverished, you need money, you need means, you need something to get going in life, just have faith and pray to God, pray to Amba. She will find a way to give it to you. You have to believe in it, you have to do it. And those who are not realizing that they are good people, educated people, nice people, but they are not realizing who they really are. They're not seeing the cycle of birth and death as a burden. For them, she comes as a Varaha Avatara, just lifting the earth. She comes and lifts you out of this. Something will come, some great happiness or great sadness, something will come and turn your life. And it'll give you a changeover. And it liberates. She comes. So it means the third verse we saw, the moment you give yourself to the Amba, she takes care of you. In your ignorance, in your lethargicness, in your poverty, in your fear, she's there. So what more do we want? So then we said, oh, if that is the case, I'm going to really pray. I'm going to take up this every day. I'm going to pray to Amba in some form. Because I need a form. Because I'm not that elite, erudite scholar. I can't understand this Advaitam or Nirguna Brahman. I can't understand. I need a symbol so that I can focus on it. So I go around and see the gods. But when I saw that Tripura Sundari is in the form of 4 hands, with all the hands is occupied with angusham, pasham, sugar cane, the flower. And I see a lot of goddesses and gods sitting with a posture of giving you the boon and the abhayahastam and the varahastam. Who am I to choose? Of course, we can choose any god. But here, the poetic expertise of Bhagavan comes from cheeky comments and say, hey, Lalita Tripura Sundari, I want to come and worship you. But you are sitting there as if you are comfortable, you don't care about me, just smiling. All your 4 hands are occupied. So if I'm coming to you, don't you have to show the hand and say, come, do something like that? So you don't do that. Abhinaya, you don't do any abhinaya for it. After telling that, he said, well, you don't need to do it because I know you. You are who? You are Jagan Mata. So you take away all the fear. Bayatradum. You take away all my fear. Means you take away, you are giving me abhayam. Datum palamabisa vanchasamadikam. In terms of giving boons, whatever I ask, you give more than that. How are you giving? Your hands are busy. So normally you give with your hand. The hands are occupied. How are you giving? Well, Sharanye Elokanam Tadi Sharanavya. Your Padara Vindas, your divine feet that commands everyone. Like the king's servants comes and give you all that you want without you have to go through this process of appraisals and appeals and upheavals to go to the king and get from his hand the same money or same fame. Easily you get it because your divine fit is there. So therefore, I am happy to worship. So your form, see the important point is that now your form doesn't matter. Now your form is now for me to relish. That's why in the back of this Soundaryalahari from 42nd verse onwards, we are going to enjoy the beauty of the physical form of the Amba. And you're going to enjoy it. Like when your mother comes and wear a new sari after a long time, you say, Mom, You look so beautiful in the sand. Like that, you're going to tell the mother, you look so beautiful in so many ways. Because I don't expect her to stand up all the time in attention to give, okay, I'm giving the bone, do worship me. I don't need this advertisement. You be joyful, I be joyful, because your feet will give me already. So be soft to the fourth mantra. Now, let's go to the next one. In the next one, it's a very important mantra, but very interesting, and we have to understand it very well. haristvāmārādhya praṇatajana-saubhāgya-jananīṁ purā nārī bhūtvā puraripum-api kṣōbhamanayat tvāṁ natvā rati-nayana-lēhyēna vapuṣā munīnāmapyantaḥ prabhavati mōhāya mahatām haristvāmārādhya praṇatajana-saubhāgyajananīṁ purā nārī bhūtvā puraripum-api kṣōbhamanayat smarō'pi tvāṁ natvā rati-nayana-lēhyēna vapuṣā munīnāmapyantaḥ prabhavati mōhāya mahatām. You see quickly the meaning of it, then we go for the deeper understanding. Here he is addressing, I'm trying to give you the sequence, right? Now you know where you are in the fifth mantra. Now you're going to worship, surrender yourself to Ambal's divine feet, and you're going to worship her form, in any form she comes in. And the guarantee that she is going to give it you, because you're worshiping her, the foremost thing that you don't normally ask for, but inherently in all your asking, in all your life, this is something you always want. What is that? It is called the Vashīkaram. Vashīkaram means, literally it means the ability to control anything. Charm, attracting others. When I say like this, it looks, a bit awkward, but it is not. It is the attraction you want to have everyone gravitate towards you. The child will employ the technique. Child will cry, make you smile, come and hug you, caress you. You can. A man loves a woman, woman loves a man. An employee want to get an employer to be like in interview. You go, you answer all the questions, but you still, by your etiquette, by your manners, you want to impress upon them. In one of the Ganesha mantram, which is very important mantram, it goes something like this. I can't tell you the whole thing. This sarvajaname vachamanaya swaha. Let all the world people be attracted towards me. Why? Because Vigna Vinasham, all your troubles go away if you are like feathers. What is so wrong if your lover makes a mistake? Because you love him or love her. So the Vashīkaram is your greatest blow. So in this mantram, in this slogam, Ambal is granting you the Vashīkara Shakti. Akarshana. Akarshana means charm. Sangarshana means gravitating towards you. Drawing. Bhagavan Parameshwara as well as Shankara Narayana, Vishnu is called Sangarshana Murti. Sangarshana means bringing towards oneself. In fact, we do that. What happens if you see a tempting chocolate, you like it? What do? You just eat it. Chocolate becomes you. You like an apple, you see an apple, you like it. You destroy it, you eat it. Shikaram, control, means you make Vedam, Vedantam, the difference to end. You want to become one with this. That's why a loving man and woman, they unite together to forget each other. In Advaitam is that. I forget my difference from the God. I become one with you. That is very nature. Very nature. That is because all our life pursuit is to transcend the differences with Dvaita Bhava. So Vashikaram is the propelling power. Of course, in the worldly affairs, Vashikaram is an interesting tool, capacity to get what you want. In any job, any position of power, any position of influence, you need to be liked, doesn't it? Like here, to do that, he is giving two different examples of it. Hari is one example. Hari here means Mahavishnu. The phrase Hari, Hara, and the root Kru, and it denotes taking away. Hari takes away. Hara takes away. Hari in masculine, in a feminine gender. Hara in masculine gender. In Krishna is called a Chora. Namini the Chora. He just steals the heart. Vanchate, parivanchate in Rudram. Hara is Vanchate means robber. Parivanchate, a complete looting robber. He takes away. What does he take away? Is he stealing? Stealing is something which somebody takes your possession without your knowledge. That is stealing. Here also, without your knowledge, he takes away, but it is not your possession. Because what you think your possession is actually his possession. Or her possession. How do we say that? Because we see the proof. The whole creation is from Amba's father truly. Means the buildings, the house, the sun, moon, my body, everything is Amba's. So she can take it away. On her behalf, the Hari can protect it and Hara can take it. So that's why here Hari is that. Because Hari got lots of meaning. Hari means gold, Singa, lion. Hari also means monkey. But here we take it because in all the four slokas he is saying Hari. So he can. Indra also a name for it. Some people refer as Indra, but it doesn't fit the meaning. So Mahavishnu, what did he do? tvāṁ, atyu, ārādhya. He did aradhana. He did puja. Puja to you. Who? You. Who are you? The adjective is praṇata-jana-saubhāgya-jananīṁ. Jana-saubhāgya-jananīṁ. Janani means one who creates, the mother. What does she create? Saubhagyam. To who? To the people. Which people? Praṇata-jana. Whoever worships. See, this is not now, the adjective not for Vishnu or Brahma, Rudra. You can't just say, oh, she gave it to Hari. Why should I worry? No. That's why the adjective is very important. She is taking a divine sankalpam to grant everything to everyone who approaches her, who obeys to her. So, saubhagyam, the bhagyam, the bhaga means adrishtapalam. The root bhaj in Sanskrit, a lot of meaning, to pray, to worship. So here, bhaga means opulence. Bhagavan comes from this bhaga. Bhagavan is one. Bhagavan means not, Bhagavan doesn't mean God. Worship worthy, pujyasri. So you can call a great guru as Bhagavan. When Bhagavan uvacha in Bhagavad Gita, okay, for us Krishna is Bhagavan, God, but it is not used in that context. That context there is as a guru. Arjuna sees him as a guru, who was a charioteer before. Now he is a guru. So why he is called Bhagavan, like Ramana Bhagavan, all this Bhagavan, the adjective is used. If we see them as Aishwaryam, majesty, Dharma, Yashas. Yashas means fame, glory, Shri, prosperity, Jnana, Vairagya. So if you see somebody embodied with all this, we call them Bhagavan. So I just went sideways. So that here, Saubhagyam, therefore, is that. Saubhagyam is giving all those things, all those auspicious opulence. That embodied Hari worship, did Aradhana. So what happened? By the Aradhana, Purā means once upon a time, he did the Aradhana. He became nārī bhūtvā. Bhūtvā means he become. How? Nārī. Narayanan become Nārī. Nara become Nārī. Nārī means a beautiful maiden called Mohini. Most enchanting, bewildering, bewitching beauty, Mohini. And what happened to her? With that form, puraripum-api, the one who destroyed all the three puras, after three puras Vimhara, Lord Parameshwara is in a great tapas. He destroyed everything. So Ambal wants the world to recreate again. So Parameshwara has to really calm down. So the Mohini goes there and then made chalanam in his Parameshwara's mind. kṣōbhamanayat. Kṣōbham means thabam, a kind of a little chalanam in the mind. Oh, what a beauty. What a beauty. So this is we call it a spota-darshana. Spota-darshana means, if you say apple, then immediately apple fruit comes to your mind, or apple phone comes to your mind. So a word and the meaning instantaneously comes to you, right? Spota-darshana, just on the spot darshana. Like that, on the spot, that, what a beauty. When Parameshwara thought like that, of course, that created Lord Dharma-shastra. The Purana goes like this. So here the point is, I will not go to the story there, but the point is here, the Mahavishnu took that enchanting form, and with that form, he could even make the still mind of Shiva to move a bit, just to show the power of it. Okay, we can have a separate discussion. Why, how can Shiva get chalanam like this? Then what is the difference between Shiva and myself? You know, if I got a beautiful girl, then I start looking at her. So you don't go in that argument, because I got a different explanation for that. But here we look at the power of Ambal to bestow on Mahavishnu the transition of the form and to make a change. That means he gets that Vashikara Shakti. That's the point I'm trying to make. What Lord Mahavishnu got is the power of attraction, Eem Śakthi. Eem is the Bija Mantram for this kind of a Icha. So that comes to just by the Aradhana. Well, Mahavishnu is the God, he can do it. So he gives another example. Smarō'pi. The api, that's why it gives. Not only that, smaro. Smaro means Manmadan. Manmadan is the Kamadeva. He's called Manmadan, Madan, Anangan. Anangan means without body. Kartaban, Ragavrinidhan, Ratipati, lots of words. The most beautiful, seductive, handsome, whatever we want to call it, power that entices the mind, that deludes the mind. This Manmathan, when the Tripura Daganam was there, before the Mohini comes in, he goes there to disrupt the Lord Parmeshwara, and he got burnt. So when he was burnt down, that ashes, somebody forms a figure and becomes a Bhasmāsuran, and the Bhasmāsuran gets a boon, he becomes very powerful. He gets a boon, the boon, Shiva gives him a boon, and Shiva is merciful. And the boon is that, whoever he touches his hand, they will burn. So he was just burning everybody else, and so Mahavishnu takes this form of a Mohini again, goes and dances in front of him. He gets, she's so enticing. Moham. Moha means deluding your mind. So he dances to a tune, and every abhinayam she does, he does. And she put the hand on her head, and he does her head, and put that one gone. But that Manmadan's wife, Rati, of course, after that there's a story where when Parameshwara is marrying Parvati, the Puranic story, Rati is very worried because her husband is not with her anymore. Then she prays to Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva says, he will come into life again. And because her Pati has told, Parashakti immediately grants him the life. He becomes Ananga. Ananga means without body. His name is also Smara. So this line says, smarō'pi tvāṁ natvā. Tvā means to you, natvā. Natvā means just do namaskaram. He didn't do any elaborate puja or anything like that. Just do namaskaram. The moment he did namaskaram, he was Anangan, right? Without any body, right? But he became rati-nayana-lēhyēna vapuṣā. The Rati's eyes, Nayana means eyes. In the Rati is his wife. Rati means delight, extreme delight, ecstasy. So that's the name. For her eyes, Lēhyēna means she is drinking it. So Rati is drinking with her eyes. It's a poetry. What is she drinking? She's drinking the body. Vapuṣā means body. Means for the bodiless Manmadan gets a body that is so beautiful that his divine escort, Rati, can enjoy it with her eyes. It means he got an embodiment that only his wife can see. But also he can take, Rati means delight. Wherever the mind is taking delight, there is Manmata. It means you see delight where you see love, where you see moham, where you see attachment. See, that's how you should see it. Of course, you can also take it every husband should be looking beautiful only to a wife's eyes, as well as the wife should be beautiful to the husband's eyes. So that's a kind of a moral code, you can take it. It's all side benefits. But the beauty here is that, and also you see the word vapuṣā. Vapuṣā means, it's also sarīram, body. The vapuṣā is the body which is growing, nurturing, nourished. Anything you eat, the body becomes strong. It means when you are born to the maybe 25, 30 years of age, especially in the yavanam, in the youth, anything you eat becomes stronger. Your hormones are coming. Your body looks beautiful. Everything is, your hands are bulging. Everything changes. Right? So nobody will say it's a decaying body. It's not a sarīram. It's a vapuṣā. Vapuṣā means that healthy, growing body. Goes after 30, you saw the hair start dropping, gray hair comes in, skin is fading, lean muscles are dropping, bones are brittle. That is sarīram. Sarīram means that which decays. But here, rati-nayana-lēhyēna vapuṣā. That means in Rati's eyes, Manmathan has got this vapuṣā. That means he's always young. He's there. See, look at the power of Śakthi. Śakthi, even Lord Śiva has destroyed him. Śakthi could bring him to life. And also, without the constraint of Shiva's curse on him, she's able to produce a beautiful form of him that enchants his beloved as well as everything. But what does he do? This is the important point. So having got that Vashīkara Śakthi, like the vañcāla-samadhikam, we saw the last mantra, Ambal gives more than what you want, right? Here, Hari did not even want to take a form of Mohini to impress. So Ambal gave it to him. For Manmathan, he prayed to become visible to his wife. But what happened is Vashīkara Śakthi is so much. munīnāmapyantaḥ prabhavati mōhāya mahatām. He means indeed, for surely. Prabhavati, he surely became capable of what? Mōhāya mahatām-munīnām. mahatām-munīnām mōhāya-abhyantaḥ. And the great munis, great sages' mind also become vacillating because of Manmatha. Manmatha goes and disrupts Gautama, Kaushika, Vishwamitra. So many stories are there. It means he is able to bring this Vashīkara. So the Vashīkara Śakthi, see, both Manmatha and Mahavishnu are taken, two examples here. Mahavishnu is called Mayavi. One of the powers of Mahavishnu is to illusion, to create mind to wander, mind to become samsaric. But don't think it is a negative aspect of it, because the dharma rakshana means the world has to continue its path. Lineages should be there. Family should flourish. Everything has to produce. Pravritti margam, it has to be there. That means you need to have creative Śakthi, you need to have. That means you need to have Vashīkaram, you need to have attraction. Attraction means moham. Moham means delusion. Anything that is taking away from Advaitam is delusion, because Advaitam is Nityatvam. So it is not good or bad in this perspective. It is that and this is that. Both exist. So both require the power of Parashakti to make it happen. So Parashakti, so Mahavishnu as well as Manmata. Manmata in a very raw form, his sole purpose is to create mōhāya. Mahavishnu, one of this power of him is mōhāya. So that point is given. So therefore, when we worship Ambal, in this mantra, there are many ways we can do, maybe in the next class. In many ways, this mantra is interpreted to give the Panchadasi, Shodashi mantra and all that. This mantra is so popular, and what the great sages have told us is that you don't need to know the meaning of it, but if you can just recite this mantra, you will be having the power to attract. So they say, they give prescription that if you recite so many times, you get married, or you change the mind of who you want to change the mind of. Śakthi is the parents, when they recite on behalf of children not getting married, they get married. So all kinds of kamya palas are there. I'm not qualified to prescribe all this, but all this should be true. So we can do. But even without any requirement for it, we all agree that the Shikaram is something which you need, because that's what creates. Even the earth, the Shikaram, it pulls you down. Now you jump up, it pulls you down. We call it the gravitational force. Shikara Śakthi. The moon is pulling. Amavasya. What is Vasya means? Attraction. You say Amavasya. It's not Vasya. Amavasya. Ama means moon. Vasya means attraction. Amavasya means moon attracts the earth, earth attracts the moon. They pull each other. In fact, if you look at cosmologic figures, earth is pulled. His muscles are pulled away like this. That's why the earth, sea waters rises. They try both attract each other. Come to me, come to me, come to me. And then get a balance, they go around. So the Vasya Shakti always happens. When the Vashyam becomes so concentric, it becomes a black hole. Everything goes into that Vashyam. And when all the black holes get Vashyam, then it becomes a Mahapralayam. So all becomes into Parabrahma. So Vasya Shakti, that Shakti is Amba. Soundaryalahari, one goes out as a wave, and then the wave withdraw back. Both are Vashyam. Vashyam towards the shore, and Vashyam towards that. Now you get, because you are part of it. We are not different from this thing. So we also always consciously try to attract. When the attraction is a natural quality to establish your truthness, that is pious. Not because I want to mesmerize him, I want to cheat him or cheat her. That's okay. That's just a negative aspect of it. But so this is the. So now I want to give you some key point here. Why did Hari becomes Mohini? And why Hari did Aradhana? Manmatan did natvā, just namaskar. So there must be some meaning. See, Aradhana is not just the puja. Sanskrit word Aradhana, I don't have a proper English word, adoration, whatever. Not just a puja. Aradhana includes japam, puja, and dhyan. Japam is whichever devata you worship, and you take a mantra of the devata, or Gayatri mantra, whatever mantra that your parents have taught you, or somebody had taught you, you recite it. Or it's just a Sri Rama Jayam, Ram, 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 Ram. Any mantra, you do it, recite for a few times, so that your mind becomes ekagram, become one with it, calm down. Then you do the puja. Puja has got Puranga Puja, Madhyama Puja, Uttaranga Puja, Naivedyam, Dipasana, Dhupam, Shodajopachanam, whatever you want to do, simple way or big way, you do. Then you have to do dhyana. The dhyana means whatever I did, any padam, any padartham, anything I take it and I contemplate on it. What does it mean? Why I am doing this? What is the change I am seeking? What is the change it is making? So this kind of contemplation, but if you don't want to ask the question, just take the japam itself and then you watch the japam. Dhyanam is, people say, I sit for dhyanam, my mind doesn't rest, so I can't do dhyanam. No, if you are sitting and your mind is not at rest, you are doing dhyana. If your mind is not doing anything, you are completely frozen, that is not dhyanam anymore. That is samadhi. That is not what you want. That may happen. If it happens to you, great. Dhyanam is sitting down and watching the drama of the mind. Does not matter. I am sitting there to pray to my God, but the mind is thinking about the snooker game tomorrow or the movie to go. Doesn't matter. Don't try to stop it because you can't stop it. Mind is not you. Just watch it like a cinema. When you watch it, it just gets shy and goes away. And at some stage, all this dances goes away and you get a bliss. I can't explain that. That is dhyana. So dhyana is, so you have no excuse. You can't say, sometimes people tell me, no, I can't do dhyana, Raja, because every time I sit down, I have no concentration. No? If you get everything, it's not a dhyana. So you do that. So this is what aradhana is. And then why he becomes that lady, Mohini? Very great thought here, because you take this view. Now you're all learning Vedantam as well. Advaita Vedantam, if you're saying, there's no different tattvamasi, I'm learning, I am God. But then why the Veda says worship this God, worship that God? If I'm worshipping some deity in some form, it is different from me. Is it not? Dvaitam is not. So why then laboring the point of Advaitam, and Adi Shankara creates a lot of documentation, arguments for that. So this doubt will come, right? To be honest with you, because we have this doubt because we never questioned it. When you question it, the question dissolves. It's not a solution, dissolution. Why? Because even the simplest of puja you do, and if you can understand the puja mantra artham, ask the question. In every puja, I'm saying Sanskritam, and maybe in every language it's the same thing. Something called the praṇata-pradishta. Whether you do the Subramanya Puja, Lakshmi Puja, Shiva Puja, Vishnu Puja, Satyarayana Puja, doesn't matter. You take the picture or vigraha or anything, then you do praṇa-pradishta mahamāt. Praṇa-pradishta means the very word says, I am going to put my prana shakti into this vigraha I am worshipping. What is this prana shakti? Taniyamsum pamsum. Padatuli. What Brahma has got, what you and I got. Prana shakti, what makes me talk now, makes you listen now. That prana shakti is me. So what I do, I am worshipping the prana shakti, Om Asya Sri Praṇa-pradishta Mahamantrasya Brahma Vishnu Maheshwara Rishya, all that we say. So Am Bijam Shim Shakti. All that we say, and praṇa-pradishta bhane vinyogaha. That means I am bringing myself into this, just a bhavana. So then I do the puja as Vishnu Puja, Lakshmi Puja. But what I am worshipping, my Atma. It's an Atma Puja. There is no Dvaitam. Dvaita Bhavam is important because Dvaita bhavam, Guru Sishya, this is Dvaita bhavam. Father, mother, Dvaita bhavam. Dvaita bhavam becomes bhavam in Advaita. You become one with this. When you do the very immense puja, you become one with this God. So when it happens, of course, after the puja is finished, what do? You say, Kachati vidashakam jnanam. So you take the water and sip it. I mean, you take back the prana-shakti. You say, Gayatri, please, wherever your good place, go ahead, goodbye. You don't want any external swamis. Mantra says, go away. Because I am all. So every puja is Atma Puja. Brahma, what Mahavishnu did was Aradhana, that Atma Puja. Of course, Lakshmi Dera says, no, he did the Chakra Puja, Sri Chakra Puja and all that. Doesn't matter. So he worshipped, he gave an example of committing himself to become that. Na Rudro, Rudramascheta. Rudra Jabam Bandambodha, we can know when you do Rudra Jabam, you have to become a Rudra. You have this vibhuti, this thing. You feel you are Rudra, then you are eligible to do Rudra Jabam. So every time you do the puja, every time you go to, that's why when you go to temple, why do you have a shower, wear a new dress, put the tilakam? When you go to Tirupati, wear a namam, go to Shiva temple, wear the thing. You try to mimic this Swami you're worshipping because you are no different from that. Now, if you think that way, how wonderful you are, how beautiful you are not sinful anymore. See, puja elevates you with the jnana. And when you become that, Swami becomes you. Like, your monkey charmer, when he keeps a monkey all the time, you can see his face becomes a monkey, And they say even a very anyonya husband, wife, husband's face looks like wife's face and vice versa, because the proximity becomes so much. Same way, you become sārupyam. Sārupyam is one of those krama mukti. You become like Ambal. Like, if you go to Vishnu temple, you see Dwarapalakas and everybody is like Vishnu. Nama with Shanghi Chakra, Kada. You don't know who is Vishnu. Everybody looks like Vishnu. They call them Nitya Suris. What does it mean? It means you become God in form. May not be in power yet. That's why the Mogini becomes, Hari becomes that Ambal herself. Whereas Manmathan, just by doing namaskar, okay, if I can't do aradhana, you tell me now, sorry, I can't do all the aradhana, I just do namaskar. Is it okay? Yeah, it's fine. As long as your namaskaram is completely offering yourself. See, when you do namaskaram, in fact, one Mahan said, if I do one namaskaram, I can't do any more namaskaram. Because namaskaram means what? I give my embodiment, my body, mind, intellect to you. Total surrender. But once I give it, what else I have to give? So once he surrenders, he doesn't worship any god. He just wander around because he has nothing to give. So that is the ultimate bhakti. So let me stop it here. So what we learn from this mantra is that this gives you the power of attraction. It makes you the center of your world. Of course, if you can get that power of attraction, if you deploy it for the right sense, it gives you the power for freedom. So let me say one more time, I will recite this mantra and then we stop. haristvāmārādhya praṇatajana-saubhāgya-jananīṁ purā nārī bhūtvā puraripumapi kṣōbhamanayat smarō'pi natvā rati-nayana-lēhyēna vapuṣā munīnāmapyantaḥ prabhavati mōhāya mahatām. Om asatoma sadgamaya tamasoma jyotirgamaya mrityoma amritam gamaya. Om shanti shanti shanti. हरि ओम तस्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु ओम thank you
Thank you so much, Mama. Amazing session again.
thank you ma
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaskar.
ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்கா புரியுது
இல்ல இல்ல
Perfect,
ரொம்ப நல்லா
Mama.
இருந்தது.
இந்த
Excellent.
ஸ்லோகம் உங்களுக்கு அப்படியே ஆப்ட். அந்த அட்ராக்ஷன் பவர் உங்க பேச்சு அப்படி இருக்கு. முடிஞ்சு போயிட்டா கிளாஸ்னு தோன்றது, மாமா.